Let's learn how to make a visual journal page with Ms. Boley.
Let's review what not to do first.
What we don't want to see is drawing a whole bunch of things, either really large or really small, one per page in our visual journals. This is kind of what I'm demonstrating here. I'm using a different page for every single observation that I'm doing. We want to avoid this. Instead, we want to have everything on one page so that it's organized and it makes sense. This is more what we're going for, where we have several different observations and drawings all on one page.
Why are we doing this? We're trying to refine and improve our drawing skills, and we're also trying to learn how to document and organize visual information and observations in our visual journals. We're basically learning how to effectively use our visual journals.
You will need to be outside in some location, your backyard, playground, something like that. You're going to need pencil and eraser, and you're also going to need your visual journal, or if you don't have it, you can use a blank sheet of paper. You're going to want to start by doing a little walk around your location, checking it out, seeing what you can see. It might be just an overview like this, or you might actually go up close and take a close look at the plants that are in this location, at the types of animals that might be in this location, evidence of other people in this location, and just any general observations. We've got a volleyball here, have some animals here. Hi, buddy. All right, now I'm just gonna sit down somewhere close to something that I found interesting on my walk around. All right, I'm all ready to draw, and I'm just gonna use a pencil, and I'm going to start by doing a title. So I'm just gonna write the words "my backyard" because that's the location that I'm in. You will want to write wherever location you are in. You could say like "my sit spot" or Capitol Hill Playground or something like that, wherever you are. And I'm gonna actually make these into block letters. So I will just try to zoom in so you can see a little bit better. So I've written those words out, and now I am drawing a line on either side of the letter lines that I have just drawn, and that will give me my block letter. Block letters are quite difficult, so I like to show this part. You do not have to do block letters, but it does make the visual journal page look really nice. So that is how I do the block letters. All right, I have my title all ready to go, and now I have grabbed a leaf from one of the plants. I've made sure it was okay to pick it. I could also have just drawn it right as it was on the plant, but I wanted you to be able to see the leaf for this video. So what I'm doing is I'm just drawing very slowly, and I'm observing the leaf, and I'm trying to document exactly what it looks like, so that when I look back into my visual journal later on, I can recognize this leaf. So I am doing sort of the outline, and then all of those little veins on the leaf, I'm drawing in all of those. It's kind of hard to see at this stage because I'm only drawing very lightly with my pencil, because I'm gonna add some shading and other things like color later on. So I've added some more detail, and now I'm going to label. So I'm writing the actual name of this plant. I know what it is because it's my backyard, but if I don't, I could have just written leaf instead of what the actual name of the plant is. All right, so now I'm gonna do something that's more large, that takes more of a wide view. So when I was looking at the leaf, I was focusing really close up. And now I'm actually gonna stand in front of this little tree, and I'm going to use a larger section of my sketchbook, and I'm gonna try to draw the full tree. And now I'm sitting down again in a different location, and I'm drawing that little garden statue that you can see in the picture in the bottom left corner. And so, as I said, I've started out drawing different plants and trees, and I think that that's really important to my backyard. But there's also the statues and the equipment and the stuff that's there as well. So I'm going to draw a combination of those things. And down in that little space under the title, I will be drawing the Wilson volleyball, and just doing my best to kind of observe it and just document it. So I want it to look recognizable, how it looks in real life, as best as I can. And finally, I have some strawberry plants in my backyard, and there's no strawberries on them anymore, but there are some leaves. And so I'm going to draw and document what this leaf looks like. So one thing I find it helpful to do is to draw shapes, sometimes to try to show myself where I'm going to be blocking that object in. And after I have the basic shape, then I go in with the details. So I drew the outline, the basic shape of the leaf, and then I went and added all those zigzaggies because it has a zigzaggy edge and the veins on the leaf. And I'm really trying my best to document this so that someone looking at this would be able to tell what it is. And then, of course, as I have with all of the others, I will label what this is. So this is strawberry plant leaf, and this is Wilson volleyball, and the garden statue as well. I'll label that too. So I moved myself over to a different spot so that I could start to do some shading and adding just a little bit more details before I leave this location and go inside. I wanted to make sure that I have all the information that I need. So I am looking at that leaf that I pulled off of the plant, and I'm shading. And so what shading is I'm kind of like coloring areas in with my pencil to show where there is a shadow and where there is not a shadow. So there was a shadow underneath the leaf when I have it placed on my sketchbook. So that's what I'm documenting. And then for that garden statue, I did very general, simple shapes. And so what I need to do is make sure that I have a more detailed version drawn before I go away, and I won't be able to look at that garden statue anymore. So I'm actually just looking at it and observing it from where I'm sitting and putting in some of those details like his eyebrows and fixing up some of the shapes. So I'm maybe erasing some of my guidelines and that kind of thing. So this is the time. So before you leave your location, you're going to do some refinement, which means adding some detail to some of your drawings if needed. And here's kind of what it looks like before I'm about to head inside my house and begin adding some shading and color away from my location.
Now you try. go to an outdoor location with your materials. Document 3 to 5 important observations about the location, all on the same page as you see me doing in the video. Remember, you're trying to tell the story of the location, so try to think about what are the most important 3 to 5 things at that place. And then you're going to want to ensure that you have a title and that you have labeled all of your drawings, again, as you've seen in the video. All right, can't wait to see what you come up with, and we're going to do adding some color and shading next video.